Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really intense scenario.
Definitely high stress.
Yeah, what you absolutely must do right after a vehicle collision with a train, specifically at night. We're focusing on places like Denver and Aurora.
Right, because nighttime adds that extra layer of danger.
Yeah.
Visibility's low, reaction times, everything's slower.
And it's not your typical car crash info, is it?
Not at all. We've gathered expert advice focusing on, well, the immediate steps, safety, documentation, and the legal side too. It's a unique situation.
Okay, let's jump in. That first moment, the shock hits. What's job number one?
Trying to stay calm somehow. Easier said than done, I know.
Uh-huh.
But you need to think clearly, even for a second. Check on your passengers. If the car's electrics work, hit the hazard lights.
Right. Hazards on. Then what?
Then get everyone out and away. This is crucial. You need to lead everyone to a safe spot.
How far away are we talking?
At least 100 feet. That's the minimum safe distance from both the train and your vehicle.
Wow, 100 feet. That sounds like quite a ways in the dark and confusion. Why specifically that distance?
It addresses two major risks. First, potential fuel leaks or even fire. You don't want to be near that.
Makes sense.
Second, and this is a big one at night, another train could be coming on adjacent tracks. You won't see or hear it until it's too late.
So resist the urge to check the damage or grab stuff from the car immediately.
Absolutely. Don't linger. Safety first, distance first. Worry about the car later. The dark makes it easy to trip and fall near the wreckage too.
Okay, so everyone's 100 feet away, relatively safe. What's next?
Call 911 immediately.
Is that legally required in Colorado?
Yes. Any accident with injury or significant property damage must be reported. It's the law.
And what do you tell the dispatcher? It might be hard to know exactly where you are near your trash.
Be as precise as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Give cross streets, any nearby landmarks, mile markers if you see them, and definitely mention if you see danger signs like smoke, fire, or leaking fuel. They need to know that up front.
Got it. And then you just wait.
Pretty much. Don't leave the scene unless you are genuinely in danger. You need to wait for the police. They secure the area, and they file the official report. That report is vital down the line.
Okay, so safety secured, 911 called, waiting for help. Now can we think about documentation?
Now's the time. Once things are a bit more controlled and you know help is coming, you shift focus to evidence.
But, like you said, it's dark. Taking useful photos seems tough.
It is challenging, no doubt. You do the best you can safely. Use your phone's flash or any available light. Get pictures of the vehicle damage, any visible injuries if possible.
What about the train itself or the crossing?
Yes, critically important. Try to capture the train, any identifying marks, and definitely the crossing signals or gates. Note if they failed. Did the lights not flash? Was a gate broken or not down? That's huge.
Take video, too, maybe.
Video can be great, yeah. It might capture the state of signals right after the crash. Also, look around for witnesses. Politely ask for names and phone numbers if anyone saw what happened.
Important note here, though, legally you can't just wander onto the tracks, right?
Absolutely not. Colorado law is strict about unauthorized access to railway property. Stay off the tracks and away from the train itself while documenting. Safety first, always.
Now, you mentioned something earlier about key evidence specific to trains.
Ah, yes. The single most important piece of evidence, often, is the train's event data recorder. Think of it like an airplane's black box.
Okay, what does it record?
It tracks speed, braking, when the horn was used, things like that. It's the objective record of what the train was doing. Getting access to that data is usually a top priority in any investigation.
Which leads us neatly into the legal complexities. This isn't just driver A versus driver B.
Exactly. Train accidents fall under a whole different umbrella. You've got railroad companies, potentially massive ones, regional or national oversight. It's not your standard car accident claim.
So who could actually be liable? It might not just be the person driving the train.
Correct. Liability could be with the engineer, sure, but it could also be the railroad company itself, maybe for poor maintenance of the tracks or equipment, or even third-party contractors. Sometimes outside companies were responsible for maintaining those warning signals or crossing gates. If they failed, they could be liable.
That sounds complicated. Federal regulations involved too, I imagine.
Yes, the Federal Railroad Administration, FRA, often plays a role. It adds another layer compared to a typical state-level traffic accident case.
So, given all that complexity, what's the most urgent legal advice?
Timing. You need to be aware of Colorado's statutes of limitations.
The deadline to file a lawsuit.
Precisely. There's a strict time limit. If you miss that deadline, even by a day, your right to seek compensation for medical bills, lost wages, anything, it's gone. forever.
And that clock starts ticking right from the moment of the crash.
It does. Which is why, honestly, if you've been in a situation this serious, consulting with a Colorado-based legal firm that specializes in these kinds of cases and doing it quickly is really non-negotiable.
So let's bring it back to the listener. Following these steps, that 100 feet rule, the specific documentation, understanding the legal urgency, it helps you take back some control in a chaotic, frankly terrifying situation.
It does. It sets you on the path toward recovery, both physically and financially.
And maybe a final thought to leave people with, thinking about those complex systems you mentioned.
Right. With railways relying so heavily on multiple companies, contractors, maintenance schedules, it makes you wonder how many incidents that look like simple accidents on the surface might actually stem from deeper systemic failures. Failures that only become visible at the worst possible moment.
Something to definitely think about. A lot hinges on systems we don't often see.